We ask about DeFi, we talk a lot. I think it's very important to understand what makes DeFi unique. What is so special about DeFi? You know, and how is it different from centralized finance? Well, here we go at Crypto Weekly. We have the news. First of all, when it comes to control, when it comes to DeFi, the assets are controlled by the user. You hold your keys and you're able to interact on these platforms. Whereas actually, when you're dealing with traditional finance, your assets are with centralized exchanges and centralized players from banks in traditional finance or crypto centralized exchanges in crypto. But the one big difference is that the accessibility. DeFi is completely permissionless. DeFi doesn't care if you're rich, you know, if you're a man, you're a woman, or where you're born in the world. DeFi, anybody in the world, anywhere can access DeFi. Whereas when it comes to traditional finance, the banks decide, or the traditional finance players decide if they want you as a customer. And then transparency. You know, when it comes to banks or centralized players, it's a black hole in a way. We don't know what happens in there. It's a black box. Whereas when it comes to DeFi, everything is public and available for anybody to see. But then you may say, what about speed? How does that impact? Well, when it comes actually to speed, DeFi is complete 24/7. It operates on-chain and is always open. Whereas when it comes to centralized platforms, of course, it operates by business day and it's not always available, especially from traditional finance perspective. And when it comes to fees, of course, there's no intermediaries. So DeFi is purely transaction fees you're seeing there. And regulation, big difference. DeFi is by and large not regulated, but when it comes to centralized finance, TradFi, of course, it's heavily regulated. So here you go, a short summary about the differences between DeFi and traditional finance and the big differences that we have there.
Are your children prepared for the future of money? Order Decoding Crypto with Henry and Hodler, the #1 new release kids book on Amazon.